Alright guys, this is magnificent. Just got my Move bumper kit. Gonna go ahead and start that assembly. Took apart everything, really cool box. They actually sprayed it into it like a foam, so held pretty good. But just doing an inventory of everything I got. There's this 03 Chevy Silverado extended cab, light duty. Old bumper here, as you can see. Took that off already, real easy. If you want to know how to take those off, literally just six bolts. See, of course, one there is one. This bad boy here, you'll see it there, and there is a third right here. So, bam, bam, and bam. Real easy. Same thing on the other side. As you can see, I'm turning this into a zombie killer. Got a little bit to go, but still going. I already got the Move kit on the back, so you can see that. Turned out pretty good, I think. Turned out really good. So now to replicate on the front. I'm gonna have a little bit of a time because I'm doing this myself, so I'm gonna enlist the help of some jack stands to kind of hold this up for me. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna go ahead and get the frame mounts done first. If I want to go ahead and knock that out first, you'll be using those same bolts, and then I'll be putting the bottom part on the those hooks. So we have to put our the brackets on, or the mounts, new mounts. I took off the, you can keep these, but I took off the hooks because I'm gonna put new ones on. It comes with it already, so no need for that. But we do have to put new of these brackets on. Where's the other one? Oh, darn it, there it is. So I just went over to Napa and I got new bolts for these, but I've already put the pilot holes in. So let me go ahead and show you this real quick. So I had to drill new holes. Drill new hole here and new one at the bottom. Gonna go ahead and get these holes drilled even more so that I can be able to fit it through, so it can go like so. Can you see that? Let me back it up a second. Like so. And I'm gonna put one right through there. Right there. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the pilot hole. All right, let's see if this thing can start it. I was a little ambitious there, but hey, never hurts to try, right? All right.
Dad, so you just walked through the video.
That's all right. All right, guys, gonna go ahead and put this bumper on. First thing you gotta do, take off the 6 bolts. 1, 2, and there's another right here. Take those 3 off, or those off. Then you gotta put the frame mounts on. Well, first, these hooks go on here. These are the tow hooks. They go down here, but you gotta take those off because things won't fit. And this is an 03 Chevy Silverado extended cab. Notice I already actually tried to fit it. Key on this is to make sure that it is level in the beginning. If you just get it level in the beginning, it'll be a piece of cake. So it's kind of like preparation. An ounce of prevention worth a pound of cure. You just take time to get it all level, you'll be good to go. So I actually went ahead and put this on already. The bottom bolt is good, but what I'm finding is when I put it back here, actually go ahead. Can you record, Genesis? Hold it. Get up. So when I put it back here, I try to fit it, and this fit just fine, but this wasn't actually touching it. So I actually had to adjust. Now to adjust it, I'm gonna have to move it a little bit further. But what I'm finding is this is blocking it. So I'm gonna have to do a little adjustment. I'm gonna have to cut this off because I don't need it anyway. Cut off right here. I can just do that. That'll give me room to be able to pop that on. So I'm going to use my grinder to go ahead and cut it off. So I will come back when that's done. All right, gonna go ahead and weld the center on. What you gotta do is, of course, get your welder ready. You can use a wire feed, works just as well. I'm just using a stick welder. I started with a wire feeder when I did my back bumper, but you'll know the stick is a little thicker. But most folks just, you do the wire stuff and then you go ahead and weld it on with something thicker just to make sure it sticks. But yeah, it's pretty simple. I'm gonna get someone to help me out here, and we're gonna go ahead and tack it on. And just so we're clear, this is kind of how it goes. This is an 03 Chevy again. Yeah, it's pretty simple. I had to adjust a couple of things. I went ahead and used the same screws, the same bolts here, but I made some adjustments. I had to actually drill a hole in here just to make sure it fit in the area. There's a little bit of a wedge right here still, but once it's tacked on, it'll be fine. Alright, so we went ahead and welded on the front here. Well, sorry about that. I'll switch it back over. Just want to go ahead and tacked on the wings, the little side piece. Now you see here, I'm going to have to cut this off and push this back, because you notice it's a little bit further out than that one over there. That's the reason that you want to get these welded on when you have it on with the grill on and everything else, just so you can be able to see how it looks. And then once you got it all tacked, then you're going to go ahead and take it off and do the main welding. So, but besides that, it's not bad though. I mean, everything's even as I'd like, I believe. I'll get those other wings on later on, but this is the only blemish so far. Don't fault me for my welding skills, because they're inexistent. But they get the job done, so that's not bad. So again, I welded this on first to the back frames. You see here, tack these on here first, tack it on there. Let me go over here, tack it on there, and then of course you'll do more, tack there as well. That'll be set. You get someone else, in this case my father-in-law. Say hey, Dad.
Hey.
Anyway, he helped me out here. Tack on the wings, and use everything you can, jack, whatever. And it's pretty simple, really simple. Just got to make sure you know which pieces. Now the truth is, it's again a DIY, so not all pieces are going to fit perfectly, so don't expect that. But that's the beautiful thing. You tack it on, weld it on, then you can just simply use your grinder and you smooth it out. So don't be concerned if it doesn't fit quote unquote perfectly. You'll take care of that when you get it all welded and ground up. Right, so you got that cut off. Now I am going to push that bad boy back so that it can match. Now I must have made a mismeasurement, because this side is a little bit tighter on my bumper than that side. So I'm gonna see if I need to adjust that, because once it's welded, it's set in stone. I mean, there's some measurements that I'm not gonna worry about. I don't want it to be, I'm not a perfectionist, although I am. But at some point it'll be good enough, but that just wasn't good enough. So I'm gonna get this going, which actually works well. This custom grill, it's actually a little bit loose when I put it on. So I'll put that on and get that tacked on, and we'll continue. Much better. Looks much more even.
It is better, isn't it?
Much better. Yeah. So far, not bad. Obviously, my welding job on this one was a lot worse. I kind of got the hang of it a little bit more here. So we had to make a modification. If you notice, I had to actually cut my fender off a little bit. You don't have to do that, but I'm not going back. And what I can do is you can make it look a little prettier, but I put this too high, and so just a matter of, if you prepare and measure properly, you won't have to make these modifications. But that's what I had to do, so that's what we did. When your help is gone, you find creative ways to hold things up. Piece of wood, termite killer, whatever you need to do to be able to get things held up. So as you see, I went ahead and welded the back here, and well, tacked it on. I'm gonna go ahead and set it again, make sure everything fits. Then I'm gonna go ahead and weld it on. I'll show you what it looks like in a little bit, but if you can, 2 people is much easier, much easier. All right, there she is. Of course it's a little rough, but it's getting late and I go eat, and I will take care of the rest tomorrow. All right, finishing off like this for today, letting the jack lift it up just so it doesn't sit and then sets weird. I noticed that the right's slightly out. I started attacking it. Unfortunately, my helper wasn't there, and it is what it is. But I'll do it the next couple of days and probably finish it up. Get the rest of the stuff mounted. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start putting some beads down. And it's going now. Actually, go ahead and stop it. All right, here's what it looks like. Went ahead and ground down some of the beads. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put this light in, and then I'll put my 30-inch light bar in, and then my winch, well, my tow hooks, and then I will be done. Done and done. All right, so I'd like to get this done sometime this century. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the accessories installed. Working on the D-ring hooks. Don't have anyone here, but these magnets come in real handy. Got them in Harbor Freight for like $1, $2. They helped me get a couple of this installed, the light in there. So real good buy to get that magnet. Go ahead and weld it, and be right back. All right, I'm putting the light bar on and getting it centered. I had to actually make a mod. By the way, I got a different light bar than the black oak. I just couldn't stomach the price. I have some other black oaks, and unless I'm going into the military, into Desert Storm, I think I'll be fine. But the, I guess, I don't know what you call these things. The clips that keep them in, they don't actually fit this plate here. So I'm making a mod. I'm actually going to make them go upward. I had to go to Napa and get some different washers and nuts and bolts just to get it in, but it should work. I will get it centered and then use my handy magnets to keep it level, and I'll be right back. Then actually I'll be tacking it and then welding it up. Weld the pre-runners on. Now these were not cut to spec or to the fitting, so you had to cut them. How to cut these angles properly. I'll tell you the angles and the measurement when I get that, but I'm gonna go ahead and, since I need to get, I guess, in check, I'm gonna go ahead and grind a little bit off and then just make it fit. What I'm gonna do to make sure it's level, I'm gonna get a 2x4 that's, I don't know, a couple of inches. Just gonna lay it on here, and then when this lays on there, it should be level. So I'm gonna do that, and I will be right back. All right, this 2x is too big, so I'm gonna go ahead and get a 1x, but just so you know the measurements. Inside is 6 1/8 as far as from here to here, and the outside is 8 1/16 from here to here. So when you have the same line here, from here to here is 8 1/16, same line here from here to here is 6 1/8. You'll get the angle. Now I did that, but obviously look, the angle's still off, so at least you're in the vicinity enough to start to just test fitting. I'm going to use a grinder. Go ahead and grind the rest and just kind of go back and forth until it fits. Yeah, you probably notice looks, why is it painted if how's he going to weld this thing on? Well, I got kind of impatient and I needed to get something done because I'm short on time, so I got the parts I thought needed done. Once I get it test fitted, I'm going to go ahead and grind this part off, and I'm going to go ahead and get this welded on, and we will go from there. All right, YouTube, I went ahead and welded on the center. Now I'm going to get these bad boys, the wings, welded on, and I'm going to have to, of course, if you notice, cut to fit. If you notice, it doesn't actually fit right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut from this because this is close as it is, and then we'll see what happens. So I got the measurements, but I'm just gonna simply much quicker just to cut a little bit and come back. About to tack on the wings. Take a look at my helpers. Sometimes you got to get creative. Thank you, Mr. Magnet. Thank you, Mr. Magnet, and thank you, Mr. Chair. Tack on time. All right, here she is. I went ahead and just ground her up, lined her out. Messed up on the left side a little bit, but I'd gone too far to correct that. Grounded as best I could, but it looks good enough for me. I'm gonna go ahead and rhino line it. Some people like the smooth, pretty look. I'm going for the zombie killer, I'm coming to get you look. So I put rhino liner on the front just like I did in the back, and it should turn out okay, because check out how the back worked out. Just like so. So should be fine. Here it is, final product. Back up for a second, buddy. Here she is. Got the lights on. I'm gonna simply connect those real quick. But she looked great. I'm really impressed with it. Thanks to Dale, Tom, those guys at Move. Really awesome. Took time to look up things, and they just went the extra mile. So wouldn't have happened without them. So appreciate it, guys. Obviously, still got a lot more work to do, but at least got the bumper and the lights done.